Here are some shortcut keys that can be used with Excel. The first one that I like is anytime you're doing data entry and you're on a cell, you accidentally pick the wrong cell or you're typing something in and you realize it. To cancel what you're doing, you just hit the escape key and it takes you right out of that. So once again, if I'm somewhere and I started typing and I didn't realize where I was or I hit the wrong thing, I can always hit escape. Now if you do, while you're typing something in, end up hitting enter, we always have our undo. The shortcut key for undo being Control Z. So that lets me undo the elements that I'm doing. Now oftentimes on a spreadsheet like this, we have our formulas, and our formulas, when we click on it, show us that formula in the formula bar, but the actual cell shows the results of that formula. There are times when we're troubleshooting, we want to see what these formulas are, we want them revealed. Now you can do this through the options, but a shortcut way of doing it is holding down your control key and clicking on the key to the left of the number 1 key along the top row, and that displays or toggles on the formula view. I can then hit control key and the key to the left of the 1 again, and it's going to toggle that back off. So I can combine these two keys to toggle on when I want to see my formulas and toggle them off and use that for auditing or error checking my formulas. Now through here I could also come into my formulas and go show formulas to bring that up. It's just nice to have shortcuts for some of these. Now we also have the ability to go in and insert and delete rows, columns, cells. Shortcuts for these: Control minus takes us into the delete options for the cells. Control plus takes us into the option that would let us insert rows, columns, or cells. No matter where you are in your spreadsheet, to get back to your first cell, Control Home takes you all the way up to the top. Control End takes you down to the last active cell in Excel. A couple other quick shortcut keys that are available to me. If I'm in this column and I want to select everything else that's in that column, I can use the Control Spacebar and it'll select. If I have multiple cells selected and I go Control Space, it'll select the entire column for each one of those. So that way if I was trying to do some universal formatting throughout this, changing the font of this stuff, I wouldn't do it for things like borders because we don't want borders applying to empty cells, but I could do this for changing the font of everything that's there, the font color, anything that's would only apply on active cells. Now the other key we have that allows us to do the same kind of thing but for rows is Shift Spacebar. So Control Spacebar does the columns. Shift Spacebar selects the rows based on your selection. So if I had these cells selected and I go Shift Spacebar, it's going to select all those rows for me. Now anytime I want to type in today's date, I can go just Control and the semicolon and it puts in today's date. So anytime I need today's date put in, Control and the semicolon is a quick way of getting today's date.